Hello everyone, my name is Rob, I'm from the Instant Gamers, and this is part 20 of Forza Horizon 5. I've literally just recorded this after part 19, and I realised that was probably quite a short episode, because I realised that I was only recording for 14 minutes, and then I got to edit out the loading screens and stuff, so I apologise if part 19 was well, wow. If part if part 19 was quite a short episode, I apologise, but yeah, I didn't realise exactly how short it was. I probably should have done an extra race. I'm not going to make up for it here. Well, at least I'm not going to try to. Because in the missing part 19, the bit that you didn't see, I went into detail on that, really. I've noticed that videos, like, when you're a small channel like this, and for all I know, like I said, I'm recording this 6 months from now. I'm recording this in 2021, granted it's the last day of 2021, but this is coming out in June. Like, I'm really far ahead with the scheduling and stuff. So yeah, the point of what I'm trying to say is essentially like what I was going to say there was it's so, like, I'm so far ahead. Like, I don't know, like Halo Infinite, Forza Horizon, Mario Golf, you know, these are reasonably new games, so there could be more people actually coming in to view the channel, because that was the thing with this channel. It was I've gone into this before, but essentially everything on the channel prior to about January or February this year was old content. There was another Insane Gamers channel, and the problem with that was that it was, I went into this in a Halo Infinite video as well, but essentially the problem with it was that I started the channel and we joined a YouTube network, because it was when YouTube didn't care about YouTube networks, if you know the word. Essentially they earned you, they took a percentage of your money, and they took a percentage of your ad revenue and stuff and whatever. It really wasn't worth it when you're a very small channel, but it made you seem like more important if you were part of one. And so there was a couple of them where they literally just accept everyone. And the one that we joined was Freedom Networks. I think they go by something else now. But the point is, I started, like, we joined them. We weren't getting paid like pretty much anything, but we were essentially, we started the channel, and obviously they try and network you with other small creators, and like, oh, you should do collabs and stuff, and the forums always seem like a weird place over there on their website, because literally it's just all YouTube creators going like, hey, I want YouTube creators going to other YouTube creators going, watch my stuff, essentially. Like, no viewer was going on the forums. So that's always like an awkward thing. It's like if there was a forum of YouTubers, of like YouTube viewers that wanted to find new content, that would make sense to promote your stuff there. It's like, oh, I'm bored of all the huge YouTube gamers, I want to try someone new, and then obviously we could like promote ourselves as being like, oh, we're the Insane Gamers, we play these games, if you're interested, you can, here's a link to the channel trailer. If this is the sort of content you want, go watch it. But they were essentially, I like how I'm just driving around just talking here, but well, the thing is, if I do a Horizon Adventure thing, it's going to start talking, and it's going to do the story, so it's kind of awkward when I'm trying to tell you this. But essentially, yeah, right. It was an old channel, but we sort of did like this shout out Sunday thing. Don't do that. Don't do sub for sub or anything like that. Shout out Sunday, people were subbing, and it was worthless, because like you'd think it would do well, but essentially we got like 700, 800 subscribers, but it was terrible because people were subbing, but they weren't watching, because obviously they would sub and then they'd be like, oh, I want a shout out, and then we'd be like, right, okay, we'll give you a shout out next week. And then the comment on every video that week, and bear in mind, I mean, yeah, this is the bane of like small YouTube as well. People were like, they'll just comment nice on every video, or first, or whatever, you know. It's like, yeah, thanks for the engagement, I guess, but it doesn't help. You're not saying what you like about the video. That's what, if you're like, I get people do that to try and help smaller creators out, but it's terrible. Like, don't do that. Like, I'd rather not have any comments and just comments like nice or first or whatever. It's like, thank you, I guess, but I'd like to know, like, did you actually like the video? Like, what could we do better or anything like that? Right? But, so yeah, don't do sub for sub or anything like that as well, because, or shout outs, because people will subscribe and they will not, like, they'll get their shout out and then they'll be like, thanks, I'm not going to watch any of your content ever again, and I'm not going to comment ever again either. It's like, wow, you're a really lovely person, aren't you? You wanted the shout out, and then like the 50 people that will watch the video will go to your channel and they won't, well, maybe they'll like your content, I don't know, like, but yeah, that was the annoying thing, like, that would happen, and then eventually it got to the point where I was like, I can't be bothered with this. Like, we have like 800 subs and we're getting like, and you think, like, I don't know how the views are going to be, like, obviously this is 6 months ahead I'm recording this, I don't know how the views are going to be on these videos, but imagine you have like we have like, at the time of recording, we have like 400 subs, or 300, we get like, I mean, if we're like Pac-Man and stuff seems to get like 15, 20 views, some stuff, I mean, yeah, some stuff gets like 0 views and stuff, it's like, but they're all like older games, so I'm okay with that. Like, I don't know if like Halo, how well Halo Infinite or how well this is doing, because none of it has come out yet. But they are newer games, and when the channel was originally started, because if you go back to the oldest content on this channel, it's like Euro Truck and Gran Turismo 6 and stuff like that. Like, the games were sort of new at the time they came out. They're just re-uploads. So I guess that, you know, I accept that people aren't going to be watching, like, Gran Turismo 6 content in well, it was being uploaded in well, it was originally uploaded in 2013, but, like, the re-uploads in 2018, I get that people aren't going to watch them. That makes sense. That completely makes sense, because it's an older game now, and Gran Turismo Sport was out, and now Gran Turismo 7 is out at the time of publishing. It's not out yet, obviously, but that'll be an interesting video. Well, it's a game I want to do. So, thing is, like, even if that comes out in like like those videos come out in 2023, it's still going to be a newish game. It's only going to be out a year. There's going to be viewership, because there's still viewership on Need for Speed Most Wanted, even though that's a super old game. And there was always, depends on the game obviously, but there's viewership on Rob vs PS2, where my plan was to play every single PlayStation 2 game that ever came out, which, I mean, I want to do that at some point, but that's not happening anytime soon. Although technically my PS2 is now soft modded, so I can actually do it. I like how I've been recording for about like 10 minutes, not done anything, just driving around, but I'm telling you the story, so that might be what this video is actually. This video might just be titled, I'm driving around talking, and if you don't want to watch it, I mean, hit the dislike button. I don't know if YouTube's going to bring back the dislike button, but hit it, I don't care, like, I'm getting like, well, what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and like drift and do stuff like that, because then at least I'll earn points. That might be better. Yeah, well, this is, to be honest, when I was playing Forza Horizon 4, that was something I was doing. But what my point is that all the stuff on this channel is until like January this year was like re-uploads. So all the stuff that's out now is new, and well, so yeah, well, I've ran out of a train of thought essentially now. That's awkward. I had a point at one point, and I've managed to forget what it was, so that's great. So I'm just going to move on to the next Horizon Adventure chapter, actually, to be honest. That's not how I get there. You get there by going into here, because I have 2 to do. Oh yeah, my point was essentially is like, if I do, like, is this, like, if I complete all of this, like, all of the, like, if I unlock all of the Horizon Festival things, is that me completing the game? Yeah, let's do this actually. Yeah, let's do this, right? It's like, but if I do all the Horizon Adventure, like, unlocks, is that me completing the game? Is me doing all the races completing the game? Like, this is an awkward thing with a proper open world game like this that doesn't really have a story, if that makes any sense. Like, if I do... I'm also having to cut the two at the same time. But it's like, if I do GTA 4 or GTA San Andreas, they're open world games, but there's a clear story there, right? If that makes, yeah, that makes complete sense, right? Yeah. As in, like, I'm completing the GTA story. That once I've done that, I've finished the Let's Play, in my opinion. Like, Halo, obviously, if I complete all the missions, I've finished the Let's Play. Like, even in Need for Speed Most Wanted, it was, yeah, I'm completing the completing the Blacklist, finished the game, and then I did all the challenge series. Which, going back onto video views, challenge series did not do as well actually as the storyline, which I found interesting, but well, I guess there's less nostalgia for that, I guess. Well, yeah, if there's anything you want to learn from today's video, it's do not do sub for sub. It is terrible, and don't do shoutouts either. I mean, I like how I say that while I give shoutouts to people's gamer tags on here, but it's not like, you know, it's people's gamer tags, it's not like YouTubers. Unless they have a YouTube name that's the same as their gamer tag, it's not worth it. Like, you know, I mean, you could add them, I guess, but it's not really a proper shout out, if you know what I mean. It's just, oh, I saw their name, it's an interesting thing. Oh yeah, I think originally my point was, what I was going to go on was like the games I want to play, essentially. It's like, I have a whole bunch of games here that I want to let's play, that are newer. So they could, but that's the thing, right, with them, is how do I schedule them, right? Because this is the kind of person that I am, right? When I play a game, I went into this in the previous one, but when I play a game, I play it for like, when I try to get, like, I'll give you an example, right? Okay, I got Far Cry 3, I can see it on my shelf. I have it on the 360. I played it for about half an hour, and I went, well, I like other first person shooters, I like Halo, stuff like that. And it's got a story, but I'm not really getting into it now. And then I put it on the shelf, and I don't touch it. And I haven't touched it since I got it. Since whenever that was. And that's really why I started the channel. I was getting all these games, and I was just going back and playing Halo 3 on multiplayer, or Halo Reach multiplayer, or Halo 4 at the time. Whenever the big Halo was at the time. I was playing GTA multiplayer. You know, there was a bunch of multiplayer games I was playing. But I was not really... Oh, I can even describe it with Forza, right? Okay, so I have Forza 3 and Forza 4. And I loved Forza 3 and Forza 4. I did multiplayer obviously as well, multiplayer races, but I did the storyline, right? I didn't finish the story, but I was doing the single player races. You know what ended up happening? I got Forza 5 with my Xbox One, and I did like an hour of it or whatever. I've done like maximum like 5-6 races in that game. Not touched it since. It's like, I really should love that, because it's exactly the same as those Forza 3 and 4 that I put hours into. We're at our destination. That's good, right? But that's why I started the Let's Plays, essentially. That's why I started the channel, because I was like, there's games here that I want to play and I'm not touching them, so I'm just going to do them as Let's Play. Yeah, I mean, the perfect example of that is actually Dirt Showdown, which is a game that I started playing and went, this is terrible, and then I started doing it as a Let's Play, and I played so much of it that I basically enjoyed myself so much playing it. I mean, there was parts of it that I've gone into this in a previous... I mean, literally one of the Forza Horizon videos is called It's Like Dirt Showdown. I really dislike driving through these trees because I cannot see a thing. But yeah, one of the Horizon videos is literally called It's Like Dirt Showdown, because I essentially by the end of the fact that I played it, like it's not going to be in my top games ever like list, but I end up loving it, right? Well, not loving it, I end up liking it is probably the best way of saying it, right?
That wouldn't happen to be exactly where you're taking my superstar driver, would it?
Está bien, Haley. This is really
Oh, it's a small eruption. That's quite ironic. Anyway, well, I don't know what's ironic.
Just remember, we have an outpost to set up, yeah?
Ooh, it's rumbling. That was certainly made the controller vibrate.
The volcano has never been like this before. But it's waking
Anyway, yeah, so Forza, Dirt Showdown, I basically willed myself, that sounds wrong. I didn't will myself into loving it, but it's basically, or liking it I should say, but essentially the more I played it for the Let's Play, the more I was like, yeah, this isn't actually that bad. It's just, as I said in that video, to me, when I first played it, because I liked Dirt 2 and 3, like, as I was playing it, I was like, the first time I was like, this is not Dirt, this is just all Ken Block stuff, and really, it's not Dirt. And then, you know, I started playing it and I was like, you know what? It's not Dirt, but it's a good game, essentially. It's a decent racing game, and that's my thing. I could probably do a Let's Play Far Cry 3. I mean, I know it's old at this point, but I could do a Let's Play Far Cry 3 and be like, yeah. And like I'm trying to follow what they're saying, and I'm not even paying any attention. But yeah. Far Cry 3, I could totally do a Let's Play of that, and I'd probably end up liking it, because everyone loves Far Cry 3, right? It's totally like a game that I would Let's Play, and probably by the end of it, I'm going to be like, yeah, this is amazing. But when I started playing it, I didn't like it, and I think that is exactly why I started the channel, but it's also my downfall, because you can't do too many games at once, right, when you're doing a Let's Play channel. I've had this problem before, right? There's one game a week, and really that's your problem.
You made it! Yeah, Rachel. I spoke to Haley and they say we have some time. In fact...
Right, what do you want me to do then? Right.
For science, you know?
You want me to drive to the... What? Right, you want me to do... Right, this changes the outfit over here. So let's do this. What's this look like? Alright, okay, looks like that. Okay.
Suited and booted. Come at me, science.
Please never say that sentence again. Right,
Yep. Should be enough water in the cup for a sample.
Excuse me,
smash 5 steam
mind
vents.
if we take a detour on the way? I swear I saw some kind of
I thought I hit that, but...
something out there.
Right, that's one of them. Right, is there any other steam vents? Well, obviously there is, but where? Oh, there's the steam vent over there. I'm guessing they're all around here. Was this the one that I already hit? Yeah, it is. Right, okay. There's one up there. Right. But yeah, the downfall of doing Let's Plays as well, when you have too much stuff going on, it's like, I'm playing 7 games at once, and I can't, there's nothing really I can, like, I could probably do God of War, I could probably do Ratchet and Clank, but what's the point in recording the episodes where do I have to go now anyway, by the way? Like, this isn't very helpful. Oh, there, over here, right. Let's track the earthquakes. Don't know how you transported that up there, but yeah, it's like I could do God of War, I could do... I mean, I'm going to do Doom after I finish Halo, but it's like, well...
We should be heading down soon.
I'm not playing it until I want to play it, but I can't until I've finished Halo, essentially. That's the awkward thing. It's like, I now have so many games to play, but I can't, even though I started the channel, I can't do them essentially until I've finished. If that makes sense. Until I've finished one game, like, until I finish Forza Horizon, in my opinion, I can't do Gran Turismo 7. Assuming I have it. Right, that's not really a problem because I don't have it at the moment, if that makes any sense. But, like, I can't do Doom until I've finished Halo. I can't do, you know, I can't do Ratchet & Clank until Astro's Playrooms come out. Because then essentially I'm just sitting on something that's not going to come out. I can't do God of War. I want to do God of War when, I want that to replace one with GTAs, whichever one finished first. It's like, okay, like, I'm thinking Pokemon, what was it? But I'm thinking Pokemon Sword or something will probably replace Mario Golf when that's finished. Or maybe I'll do a Wii U Mario game actually, because I have a couple of those. But, you know, something Mario or Nintendo related is going to replace Mario Golf, but I can't touch them until essentially Mario Golf is finished. You know, it's like, well, what do I, you know, I have all these games that I want to play, but I can't because you either, like, I think 7 is probably the perfect amount of games because I've got one a day, but, like, that's the problem. It's like, I could do like 14, but then you wait in like 2 weeks to you know, you're doing like that essentially means I'm doing like 2 weeks between games, and it's not worth, like, you know, that's not worth it. Like, that's too many games on the channel at once, so it's like, But yeah, now I'm actually going to concentrate on finishing this race, even though it's not really a race because we just joined it halfway through, but whatever. I mean, if I was in that crowd, I wouldn't count them as finishing. Like, I wouldn't count that as me finishing first. I just count that as someone just crashing onto the course and it's somehow counting. Right, I earned an achievement. I'm happy with that. And I like that achievement. Actually, I like that name. That's obviously a Arrested Development quote.
We get to do this every day.
Right.
You know how to make an entry. Welcome to Horizon BAJA.
Now, this may still be like dirt stuff, but I feel like when you're driving like a buggy like that, it's much better than the cars.
This will be the destination for cross-country racing. You in?
Yes, I'm in, and I think in the next part 21, we'll actually be doing some of that. So yeah, I have been Rob, I've been from the Insane Gamers. Thank you very much for watching part 20 of Forza Horizon 5, and ta-ra!